All right, Shalom. All praise and glory and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. This is another edition of GMS News and Prophecy. I have another article here from the Express website. This headline: Guam suddenly rocked by 4 huge earthquakes as big one fears rise. All right. So once again, this is dealing with the earthquakes. And like I said yesterday, in the other 2 videos I did, different places, diverse places all over the world are getting hit, daily. The spirit has it on me right now to where I'm bringing this information out through the spirit. So I'm gonna do it as long as the spirit of Yahweh Bashman Shai allows me to. So I'm gonna bring this article out. It says the U.S. island territory of Guam was struck by 4 earthquakes in the early hours of Tuesday. As magnitude 5.7, magnitude 5.4, magnitude 5.6, and magnitude 4.9 quakes shook the region, bringing the total to 5 in less than 2 days. It has emerged. Yo, this is crazy, man. This is a definite sign that we're in the last days. These different geologists are constantly monitoring these events, and they're constantly seeing the frequent occurrences of these different quakes. This is definitely a prophecy coming to pass. Yahweh Shai himself prophesied of different earthquakes, and other different prophets prophesied against different natural disasters and earthquakes taking place in the earth. So this is definitely the Spirit of the Lord doing this. And before I continue further, I'm going to get this scripture here. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 29, verse 6. All right. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire." So the Lord of hosts is visiting the earth right now, and he's getting ready to bring judgment upon this planet and its inhabitants. Okay. The scripture says in Revelation, "Woe to the inhabitants of the earth." And the reason being is because the Lord is getting ready to judge this place. All right. He's getting ready to send his son back, Yahweh Shai, to redeem the elect, but also destroy the white man, so-called white man, and your other nations, your power structure. Okay. I'm continue reading on right here. It says in verse 7, it says, "And the multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel," which is a nickname for the nation of Israel, you so-called black Spaniards and Native Americans. It says, "Even all that fight against her and her munition, and that distress her, shall be as a dream of a night vision. It shall even be as when an hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth, but he awaketh, and his soul is empty. Or as when a thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint, and his soul hath appetite. So shall the multitude of all the nations be that fight against Mount Zion." And that's because of what they've done to the nation of Israel by putting us in captivity and keeping us further away from our true heritage. And so the Lord is causing these earthquakes to hit these different countries and these different islands. These are the reasons. All right. So I'm going to go back to the article and I'm going to read it. All right. So it says yesterday, a magnitude 6.0 earthquake struck 10 kilometers deep off the northern Mariana Islands. No immediate tsunami warning was triggered. The northern Mariana Islands have a population of 55,023, while Guam had 162,742 people living on the island in 2016. The U.S. tsunami warning system said, based on all available data, there is no tsunami threat to Guam, Rota, Tinian, or Saipan from this earthquake. Some areas may have experienced shaking. Now you have a lot of um, people living on these islands, man. Okay, and I believe Guam itself is a territory of the United States. So this would include Babylon the Great as a part of Babylon. All right. So it says the magnitude 5.4 natural disaster struck at 1:11 GMT. The magnitude 4.9 shook at 1:18. The magnitude 5.7 quake hit at 2:03, and the magnitude 5.6 earthquake hit at 2:31 a.m. It says in December last year, a massive 6.6 magnitude earthquake struck near the Yap Trench between the Philippines and the U.S. Mariana Islands with a depth of 45 kilometers. All right. It says the North Mariana Islands are in the Ring of Fire, which extends around the Pacific Ocean and is a hot spot for earthquake activity. One of the most devastating natural disasters to hit the island came in 1848 when a typhoon struck before a horrific earthquake resulted in refugees from the Caroline Islands the following year. All right, so it's prone to earthquakes, and you're seeing that the Lord is activating this area, which is known as the Ring of Fire, to bring these earthquakes on, because He's visiting the earth. He's visiting these other nations. All right. Now, a lot of these Filipinos, a lot of Moab, mixed in with Japhet, other Pacific Islanders. So these other nations, because they keep the nation of Israel down, and because even going back further in history, they had us as slaves. The Lord is going to start destroying them. All right. So I got one more scripture, and I'm gonna end it. This is the book of an Apocrypha, the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. All right, it says, He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. All right, and what does measure the time mean? It mean watch for the prophecies to take place. And that's how you'll measure what time you're in, by the different things that you see. Okay? So it says that when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, right? Like Isaiah 29:6. Another scripture is Matthew, the 24th chapter. All right. Another prophecies. It says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which He made. We read that in Isaiah. Okay, the Lord is visiting. Okay, Yahweh on high, the highest. Okay, Yahweh Shai, His Son, are beginning to visit the world which He made. Okay. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, right, and uproars of the people in the world, protests, terrorist attacks, things like that, earthquakes, storms, hurricanes. All right. It says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Because the Lord spoke of these different things happening in the days before us, man. All the ancient prophets spoke about what was to come, all right, to the nation that they were in captivity under. Okay, because all the prophets came out of Israel. So in different points in history, we was in slavery or captivity under the people of Japhet, the Philippines and all of that, the Moabites, the Chinese, Ammon, the Japanese, okay, Ham, which are the Africans, and Esau, which is so-called white man, went in captivity under him now in this power structure, in this system, okay. So the Lord had the ancient prophets, and even today, we prophesy of the things that have yet to come to pass, that the Lord said was going to come to pass. So from the beginning, the Lord spake about these things, and now they're happening, man. We see the earthquakes, the uproars of the people, all right? Verse 5, it says, "For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest." All right, the end of this world, this wicked world, is manifesting now. It says, "Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings, and wonder, and powerful works, and endings, and effects, and signs." And one major sign that we just saw recently was the super blue blood moon lunar eclipse that happened at the end of January, you know. So, hey, prophecies are taking place, man. All right, another earthquake. Guam suddenly rocked by 4 huge earthquakes. All right, and uh, there was shoot plenty more. You know, um, you know. So hey, we're in the time of prophecy. You know, the year of prophecy. But with that, I'm gonna give all praise to Yahweh Bashmiah Shai, double honor to the apostles. To the next news and prophecy, I'm gonna say Shalom.